He was cheesing me. Turn it off.
There we go. Nah, that one came back to haunt me. Haven't had that happen in a while. Microphone going dead on me. Alright, let me start over. What's going on, guys? How we doing out there? Happy Wednesday to everyone. Hope everyone's doing pretty well. Doing good here. So what I was talking about when I realized the mic was not behaving. Worked on a bunch of other stuff, but I also worked on some of the stuff that I was doing on Monday, so I made a little headway. I'll show you what's going on here, specifically to do with the vines and that kind of stuff. Did a bunch of fixes on the Ape as well. So, here we go. So, do a little show and tell here. So, now what you'll see is I came with the idea of if he does a jump across, then what I do is I have the vine sort of like reach across like that, right? Now, he won't actually like slide on that because it wouldn't make sense, but at least it sort of conveys what he's doing. And here, when he does this, he'll grab the rope there. So jumping down is still going to be the same, but at least when you see the vine, there's no question about where he's going to be going, right? So we resolved that one perfectly, right? And now that we have the straight down, you know, so that's all good. But more importantly is the fact that he's actually behaving now. Whereas before, remember, I would have those issues, whoa, shoot, where he gets stuck and stuff like that. And also had the issues where he would hit the waypoint in the wrong position and kind of like jump through the ground, right? I believe I have that handle now. So here, watch. Oh, I guess, okay, because that's legit. I'll do on this side. There you go. So here, watch. There. See, whereas before, he would actually start jumping when he was still, like, here, right? And he just kind of jumped to the ground, right? And kind of transition to the right point, which was just stupid looking. So now I'm actually doing a better check, and I make sure that he actually centers himself on the waypoint, and he's at the place he should be before he actually makes the jump. So just add a little smart code there just to make him behave a little bit better. So it seems like it's behaving nicely. I can actually take out some of this stuff since that's all working nicely as well. Add some debug code in here. Yeah. So yeah, what my trick now is the fact that when he hits a vine that's in the middle, not on the edges, but in the middle like that. Now what I do is I throw it into this little enumerator, right, called moving closer to center vine, and now I'm just doing a check to see, you know, if he actually gets in the place I need him to be. And I give him basically, you know, half of a unit worth of space, right? I figured that's sufficient. And if for whatever reason he breaks free of that collider box, then contacted edge would fall to a negative 100, and then it would drop this whole procedure anyways. Yeah, and that's true in both cases. And then what I'm also doing, what I noticed is the fact that it would be the wrong offset when he's heading towards the vine from one direction. So what I do is I do a check to find out which side of the vine he needs to be on to climb up it, and also from which direction he's coming at the vine. So that determines if he's exactly spot on or if he's offset, right? If he's coming from the opposite direction, I want him to sort of like go past the waypoint and then go up. But if he's coming at it from the correct side, as soon as he hits it, I want him to go up. So that's just a simple if then else kind of thing, right? So I just check, you know, if it's that one where he just goes straight up, that's cool. Otherwise, do it with the offset, which is right here. So what I do is on any zero vertical climbing that's in the middle, right, I assign it a new variable called climb side, right, left or right, and then I multiply it by 2, so there's the offset. So that way, that's why he actually runs past the vine before he actually starts climbing up, instead of just going straight through the ground like he was doing on Monday. So we got that in check now. Play with that one more time here. Let's wait for it. Do its build thing. And I got some fun news to share with you guys here. I'll wait till a few familiar faces show up before I start talking about it, but I do have some fun news to share. Tribble related, of course. Alright. So, for example, we'll do it from this side. It's a little easier to deal with. Whoops. There you go. Now watch, he runs past it and then goes up the vine. That's the key thing now, right? And that's the crucial part of it. So let's get him to go past me. Oh, shoot. Because I was up in the air, so I was closest to that waypoint, which does make sense. Like that. There he goes. Yeah, good. So that's all working beautifully. Really happy with that. So what I'm going to start with, I think, today is adding some new animations. Because right now, the beauty of this is that whereas before I was going to have like a climbing animation, but I think that's overthinking it. Excuse me. I think what I can do is recycle what I have here, this jump maneuver, right? But just have the hands come up and grab the vine, so it feels like he's actually tugging on the vine rather than just jumping like a, you know, like a high jump. He'll grab the vine and sort of like do a pull-up motion right there to kind of sell, you know, implementing the vine. And then going down like that, I'm going to have the hand reach over his head and sort of slide down. So those are the two things I want to work on now, which I started to do over in my land, right? So here he is, standard kind of thing, right? So if he wants to jump, normally it's like this, but this is jump down, right? So he jumps over the edge, and then the hand comes up and like grabs the vine as he slides down, right? So I haven't kicked it out yet, but let me go ahead and see if this is going to work. So you guys get to find out if I screw this up or if it's viable? Let's find out. Export, and let's go to documents. Tribbles. Assets. Be under animations. Let's sort it by this way. Animation. Ape. And let's go jump down. Yeah, we'll place it. Close. Alright. That's pulled in. Alright, so let's get our ape. And update is animator. Actually, let's do it from here. Ape. Oh, no, it is under animation. There he is. Ape controller. That's what we want. Oh, we had it up anyways. Alright, so then we want jump down. It's getting a little crowded in here. Let's zoom in this way. Okay. Oh, shoot. I forgot I was breaking it up, wasn't I? Okay, so I'm going to have to... Or, you know what? Actually, it might... I don't think it updates. Even though I have a new animation, I think it buffers the animation. So even though I have these set up, let's see. And I think I probably kicked them out. Jump up, jump down. Oh, maybe I didn't. All right, but my speculation is the fact that I'm gonna hit play here, and we're not gonna see that hand motion because I think even though I've updated this animation in here for jump down, right? I don't think it's going to pick it up. I think it still buffers. So let's see if I'm right or wrong about that. Oh no, he did it. Okay. The arm is in the wrong spot. Let's see. No. I guess it, yeah, because he does that jump up. Yeah, because he's doing that big jump up. I don't know how to make this work. Yeah, because here you see what's happening is the fact that he automatically goes into the landing motion here because the ground's coming up. So he never even has a chance to grab hold of it. Crap. Yeah. Alright. Unless I just do something where he does it from the side. Alright. So he's there. Alright. Let's see. I don't know, maybe that'll imply... Maybe that'll imply where the vine is and he's grabbing hold of it there. So we'll try that. Kind of paint this across like so. Oh, whoa. Okay, let me fix this. Oops. Yep, alright. So then the fingers extend outward. Let's rotate those back like so. Alright, spread the fingers out for this. And then grabs it. Yeah. Now what I could do is maybe make the vine go in front. Yeah. We'll see what that looks like. Okay, let's first kick this guy out. Export him. And now do date modified. jump down. All right. See if this looks better. Ricky, whatever. What's up, buddy? Has anybody ever told you that you look like the guy from Master of Disguise? We're doing that one again, huh? Turtle. Yeah, yeah. I think you might have. Someone might have, rather. Yeah. Yeah, me and Dana Carvey separated at birth. Yeah, he's a little older than me. Although I have actually seen him do his comedy show live in person. Long time ago, back when he was still kind of famous. There we go. Actually, I think that does kind of work. Just having that hand drag behind sort of implies that he's sliding down. How's the game? It's going well, man. Just coming through. What I'm working on is making a change that some of the feedback I got was with the ape. When he was jumping from platform to platform, it was sometimes hard to tell where he was going. So I came up with the idea of doing this little vine maneuver, right? So he can climb up and down these vines. So that way it removes the ambiguity, and it also allows me, whereas before he had to jump out wide, right? But now he can just jump straight down because he's sliding down. So it just makes for a much prettier kind of gameplay, much simpler. It makes more sense, I think. So it's good. Got some really fun, cool news that, you know what? I'll spill the beans, man. Since you're here, since you asked. I just found out that I got the blessing of a certain company. So I'm happy to announce the fact that Tribbles will actually be coming out on the Nintendo Switch now. So totally psyched about that, man. Finally got their blessing. So there you go. Tribble Troubles will be on. Yeah, I know, man. Worked on it for a while and finally got their blessing. They sort of like overhauled their system, so it's easier. Huge news, yeah. I just got to do it out there, right? Just kind of dropped it in. But yeah, I've been trying for a while, but they revised their system, so I was able to have a better chance of like really sort of presenting the case for why I think they should give me a thumbs up for the game. And I think part of it too is also because when I reapplied to this new format, I had a ton more content to show too than I did originally. So I think that probably helped. But either way, yeah. Now I gotta go buy me a dev kit, and of course finish the game. That might be a smooth idea as well. Yeah, Ricky, man, I can't remember the last time you came around, but I don't know if that's the case. It's probably been a while, so. I also have the game released as a demo, a free demo, on both Steam and itch. Well, wait, actually, you can see that right there. There you go. So the game is playable. I give you the first underground section, so you can give that a try if you want. But yeah, so I've just been. You deserve it, honestly. All of your hard work that you did to this magnificent. Thanks, man. That's very kind. I appreciate that. Me and Dana Carvey, thank you. Thanks, man. It has been a bit of a haul. I mean, we're talking coming up on, at this point, over a year. Not quite a year and a half, but definitely a year. But also big kudos to everyone else that's been helping. I've had some. Daniel Thomas has been the fantastic 2D artist that's been supplying all this beautiful art, as well as another artist named Dane, who's given me some great stuff, as like the outfits, which I gotta still get implemented, and the music, right, by a very nice guy named Jeremy, who's been giving me some Star Trek sounding music, which has been great as well. And also big thanks to Richard Osborne and a bunch of other people that have helped test the game and find out what works and what doesn't. So, you know, yeah, you see me slogging away, but I've had some other people contributing. So I'm not saying that this is all me. A big chunk, of course, you know. I mean, you know, I won't cut down what I've done here, but it's definitely with a lot of help. Okay, now what I was thinking before is maybe having the vine go in front, but because it drapes behind the posts, I think that's going to be a bad idea. So I think I'll just leave the vines where they are, because I think when he does this little slide down maneuver, it's subtle, but I think if you really look hard, you'll kind of pick up on the fact that he's grabbing it and sliding downward. So I think I'm going to leave that as is. But this is great. So all I have to do now is a fix here, right? So when he's gonna grab the vine, and instead of just jumping, he's gonna grab the vine and jump up by tugging on the vine. So let's go ahead and save him. We're good with that. Is there any special features on the Nintendo, or is it basically the same? There might be a little bit, but I mean, in essence, it really is. I think, unless they've changed it, I think it really was just an NVIDIA Shield tablet, right? Predominantly that kind of hardware that they slapped some joysticks on the side. So, I mean, I think a lot of it is sort of like a souped up Android tablet with, you know, controls on the side. I mean, at least that's what I've read. I haven't like gotten hands on, and to be honest, I don't own one yet. Primarily because I would have a hard time not playing it all the time, and, you know, totally screwing up my productivity. But yeah, it's I think the Joy-Cons actually have some rumble features, and then you know, you have a touch screen, so you can either do it by the controls, you can do tilt as well, right? So a couple different ways to control it, but this one, of course, is pretty standard. You know, left, right, jump, and then, you know, powers, right? You know, your power-ups, and that's pretty much the extent of it. But hopefully I'll set it up where we're off of the joysticks or the touchscreen, whatever you want to do. But yep, really psyched, really excited. Obviously I already had the Xbox mention, and that's finally progressing. Have you done other games? Yeah, actually this is game number 7 for me. It'll be my first one that'd be like not just mobile, but yeah. Here you go. If you're totally curious, I'll do a quick gratuitous plug. So if you head over to my website, which is Scary Robot, which is easy to remember. There you go. This is me. Go to games. Got it. There you go. So chronological for the most part. Actually, not totally. But so yeah, Triple Troubles, doing that now. Volley Village was my last game, which is a online cross-platform multiplayer game, where you basically have a little island, which is the oldest. Poker with Bob. Poker with Bob was my very first game, which is a 3D, real-time 3D animated character who plays 5-card draw poker with you. And this was the end of 2010, the beginning of 2011 that I released it. So, oh my God, I've been doing this a long time already. But it actually turned out really well. It was, there's 7.5 minutes worth of animation for the character. He's always talking smack. Here, I'll bring up some screenshots for you. And he, yeah, and it runs almost a decade. Yeah, well, I started this game, I started working on this at night and on weekends back in 2008. Just to give you an idea how long ago this was, by day, I was actually animating cutscenes on Halo 3. I was doing animation work on Halo 3 by day, and then I would go home at night and try and see if I could make my own video game. And it was 2 years of nights and weekends, starting in 2008, and I finished it towards the end of 2010. So it was 2 years of teaching myself how to program, how to do that. But do you still play it? Bob, I do sometimes. Actually, I still do. I got it on my phone. Absolutely. I think it still plays well. I mean, it's a fun, if you like 5-card draw, right, poker, then yeah, it's a fun little game. Yeah, no, I mean, obviously it has a, you know, personal spot in my heart just because it was my first title that I released. But yep, it was, like I said, the end of 2010, beginning of 2011. Yep, that's it. And then, you know, and then let's see, I did Stop the Bots, was a puzzle platform game, which was originally, I started this as a PC game using, whatchamacallit, Blitz Basic. And then it would have worked good as a platformer on a PC. On mobile, it was actually a bad idea. So a bit of a miss there. That's more impressive than what I did for my first game. Yeah, it was way too overly ambitious. Obviously, it was way too ambitious. But, you know, it's, you know, I didn't know what I was getting myself into. How about that? But But yeah, and I mean, it also helped that Daniel, the one I just mentioned, who's still doing art for me now, he actually did the art here, right? So I did the programming and the animation, of course, and then I have Ed Mace, the wonderful Ed Mace, who supplied the voice for Bob, and who I've been working with all these years. If you watch the trailer for Triple Troubles, that is Ed, who is also Bob, doing the voice for the trailer. Yeah, Ricky, did you share your game before? If you did, forgive me for not remembering, but yeah, feel free to refresh my memory if you want to. Oh, your game was Pong. Okay. Yeah. Wow, so you made your first game back in the 60s? Damn, man, you're old, man. Kidding. No, that's cool. That's probably the smarter move. I mean, I always tell people that, right? Because I think what happens a lot of times is that, people want to make their first video game, and they have all this initial enthusiasm, and they like, I want to do an MMO. I want to do something, I want to make Halo. I want to make some mass game like that, not realizing what they're getting themselves into, and they burn themselves out and throw in the towel. In my case, I had some of that when I was doing Poke with Bob because I was so far over my head. But for me, the motivating factor was the fact that, work, the animation work, was starting to get outsourced around that time. And I was getting really nervous, so I was, every time I would get a little burned out, I'd think about the fact that, dude, I need plan B, because plan A, doing animation in Hollywood, I love doing it, but it's starting to dry up. So for me, that was the motivating circumstance that kept me going. In hindsight, yeah, it would have been smarter to do a simpler game. I probably would have gotten out sooner, but I mean, it worked out fine. So there you go. So after Pong, did you have other stuff beyond that, man? Did you also do some other things, or are you just tinkering? All right, so what I gotta do is load up the right guy here. So we need jump up. I think I kind of abandoned coding games after I coded my first 8-bit character to move, and I was like, well, that was tiring. Sympathize. Yeah, I understand what you're saying there. Let's see, jump up 70% speed. Is that what we're using? No. 11, 12, no. Yeah, sure, I'll save that. Yeah, I get that. All right, so here, but coding in general, I really would like to study. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. For me, I'm literally, I do the coding not because I have a strong desire. It's cool when it comes together, but I mean, no formal training. So that basically, all that means is that I'm doing everything totally wrong, but it compiles, it runs, I get a steady frame rate, so yay. But I mean, I do feel like, an artist that has this whole shelf full of tools, right, who's only using like 5 tools out of all the other ones there. So coding wise, that's basically me, right? I mean, I use what I can, but it works. All right, so this hand's got to come across to imply that it's grabbing. All right. See how far I can bring him over before it. Obviously, it's just destroying his head. Oh, all right. So, and then here, he would actually be throwing it down, like so. Now that I think of it, you actually look like a young Gary Oldman. Dude, that is literally the first time I've ever heard anyone say that, as far as I can recall. But that's cool. I'll take that. I saw him once in person when I was working at Sony ImageWorks a million years ago. And I went over to the commissary, the Desilu Studios, right? Which is this Sony lot, although I think Sony sold it now. But it's basically where he was a chill guy. Yeah, he was sitting at the table next to me in the commissary in the eating area, and you know this was 2000, 2001, 2001, 2000 I guess. Excuse me. And yeah, he just shaved his head. I'm not sure which movie or role he was doing that for, but what I was amused by the fact was that I was working on I was at that point I didn't have an animation job. I had, before he made Master of Disguise, yeah, at this point I had not an animation job but just a data wrangler, because I moved to LA and it was the first job I could find. So I was a data wrangler on Stuart Little 2, and what was funny is that we had 2 hard drives, which, it's funny looking back now, I think they were only like a few terabytes in size, right? You know, then they were like humongous, but back, you know, now, I mean, that's you know, you can get that on a thumb drive practically. But we named the hard drives, and one of our hard drives was actually named Oldman, right? Which I thought was funny because, you know, we were always talking about, it's like, okay, Oldman's getting full, we need to like clear out some space on Oldman. And I go to lunch and it's like, hey, there's the real one. I'll walk up and be creepy. No, I didn't say anything. I just kind of went, cool, Gary Oldman. But yeah, that is definitely the first time I've ever heard anyone compare me to him. But that's cool. 11, and is it, let's see, 19? Or is it 9 and 19? Yeah, okay. So by there, I gotta be back. Is there a resemblance on the hair? Yeah, this is my COVID not bothering to go to the barber, you know, the haircut place. So it's definitely getting kind of Beach Boyish. So yeah, what is this? Gary Oldman circa criminal law, maybe? Let's see. Images. Let's see if he had the. No, he had the hair put. Well, kind of. It's a little bit there. There you go. Although he's got it all poofed up there. Yeah, there you go. That's closer. I'd love to have about like 1/100th of his talent, though. The dude is amazing. Right? Yeah. Absolutely fantastic actor. Like him a lot. I mean, I will go see a movie just because he's in it, kind of thing. He's a good-looking guy. Okay, then by default, I'll take that as a compliment my way. So, yeah, he is. He really is a handsome dude. But, yeah, I mean, like, you know, The Professional, or, like, the European version, Leon. Yeah, he is so fantastic in that. Alright, so if he's there, like that, coming down like so. Do you have like a favorite Gary Oldman movie? Oh, the Beethoven movie. Yeah, that was, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think that was about the time that he kind of came out and said that he had issues with alcohol and that kind of stuff. If I remember, if the timeline is correct there. But yeah, so do you have a particular, like, oh, this is my favorite Gary Oldman kind of thing? Or just pretty much everything? Alright, so I'm going to see how high, I guess I can do it up to there. And then... And I assume you're talking about the movie where he's playing Ludwig von Beethoven and not Beethoven, the St. Bernard movie dog. Darkest Hour was the recent one I watched. I've not seen that one. I'm familiar with it. Churchill, right? I think that's to do a Churchill. Believe that's correct. You can tell me if I'm wrong there. But yeah, very few movies that I think of. Yeah, he played as Churchill, and it shocked me that that was him. That's my favorite, man. Chameleon kind of stuff, right? When you look at it and kind of go, you know, that almost looks like so-and-so, but no, it can't be. And then you go, no, it is. It's like, yeah, that's always impressive. All right, so yeah, I think it's a really super fast move because I got to get the hands there fast, but I think it's okay. Book of Eli, I loved him there too. I liked it. I liked Book of Eli. I'm trying to think why I didn't think it's fantastic. I guess because I mean, without talking spoilers, but I don't know if the movie, I don't feel like it totally played fair. You know, I like the idea of it though. I liked most of it. I mean, Denzel Washington is always cool anyways, but just the, yeah, no spoilers, but, I mean, I think you'll know what I'm talking about, that I'm not sure if the movie totally plays fair. Alright, so then here, what I'll do is I'll pinch the fingers in like so, and like so. He was literally God. Oh shoot, okay, I can't rotate. I cannot cheat the rotate that way. How about him? Nope, I screwed up my rigging because the Z-Dep stuff in Maya, and I was still trying to work on a hack, so I ended up doing this thing where I offset it, so as a result, I'll just have to do it this way. I'll cheat the finger in. So I can't do a rotate on that because it just breaks like crazy. Hello. Can't select. There he goes. Have another celebrity story? God. Oh, yeah. I mean, I was there for 12 years in LA, but one of my favorite ones actually happened way before then. One of my favorite celebrity stories was actually dates back to 1985 when I was visiting friends in LA, and they got me onto the Paramount studio lot. I told this one like ages ago. At this point, I've been doing this for well over a year and a half now. How old are you? Old enough to not answer that question. I'm up there, man. I'm up there. Put it this way. How do I? Yeah. Let's just say that. Here, I'll tell you this. I was named after Dustin Hoffman from the movie The Graduate. So, you know, go IMDb that, look at the year, and then you go, oh, holy crap, you're old. How about that? But yeah, I'll tell you my if I haven't told this one in a long time, so I'll tell it again if you're interested. But I have a good celebrity who was very, very popular at the time. So if you want to hear that one, I'll drag that one out. Yeah, you tell me. Otherwise, I'll just be productive. But hey, of course now you're too busy Googling. You're trying to figure out exactly what move what. No, actually, no, okay. So yeah, I'm 68. So I'm dangerously close to 52. But yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate that. It's all that bad living. What the? What? What did I miss? What? That I'm 68? Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yep. It's not the years, it's the mileage, as Indiana Jones once said. That's not obvious. I use this really cool special lighting, right? These lights, they automatically pull like 20 years off of you. So that's the trick. All right. So what do you say? You want to hear my 1985 fun Paramount Studios story? If so, I'll bust that one out. Otherwise, I'll just kind of keep animating. Tell a story. Okay. So 1985, there was a certain movie that came out. You probably never heard of it because, you know, it didn't find much of an audience. It was called Back to the Future, starring a certain forgotten actor named Michael J. Fox. So, I'm joking, you know. So, what happened was I was on the lot in 1985, right? Back to the Future is basically the #1 movie in the theaters at this point, okay? I don't know that one. Yeah, Google it, okay? You might be able to find it on VHS somewhere, maybe. So, 8mm. So, all right. So I'm on the Paramount lot, right? And then it's it's summertime, right? Which means all the shows pretty much are on hiatus, right? So there's not much going on at the studio. But the cool thing is you were able to like walk around and sneak onto some of the sets. In particular, actually, I walked onto the set of Cheers, which as a kid, I even loved that show, and I love it all the more now. The humor does not age. So I got to walk onto the Cheers set, which was just completely inactive, and then sit in a couple of the chairs. So that way, whenever I watch an episode of Cheers, I kind of go, yeah, I sat in one of those chairs. So I'm wandering around, and then I meet up with my friends, and we go to lunch, right? And we get our food, we're sitting down at a table, right? And then the table next to us, suddenly Tina Yothers and Justine Bateman come over and sit down at the table next to us, who, if you don't know, they are the Michael J. Fox's sister characters in the TV series Family Ties, right? And I turn to my buddy and kind of go, what are they doing here? And he explains the fact that they just made a Family Ties movie called Family Ties European Vacation, kind of the National Lampoon knockoff kind of thing. And because of the way the schedule worked, they decided to come back and get an early start on production. So they were one of the few shows that were actually in production. And what I noticed was the fact that there's a wall and where you pick up your food, right? And I noticed going into behind that wall was Michael J. Fox. And I'm kind of going, holy crap. Dude, Marty McFly. He's going to... Tina Yothers and Justine Bateman, they're right there, right? Which means that he's going to come in there and sit down right next to us. I'm going to be sitting right next to Michael J. Fox, right? So I just waited, right? We waited, and we waited, and we waited, and he never showed up. He never came out the other side. And I'm going, what happened, right? And my buddy's like, you know what? We got to go, man. We've been sitting here too long. We got to go explore the studio. And I'm kind of going, oh, crap. So we get up, right? And then they're kind of pulling away from me, and they're heading towards the back patio area, right? And I'm just walking slowly, looking everywhere around, trying to figure out where the hell he went, right? And he's nowhere to be found. So by the time I get to the back patio area, my friends are like way past me, right? So I get to the back patio, and I turn around, right? And I look, and the back patio is semi-full. And I look, in the back corner, is sitting by himself, is Michael J. Fox. I look at him, he looks up and looks at me. And I swear to God, goes like this, goes, hey. Like that, right? And I take a half step in that direction, and then I stop. And out of the corner of my eye, I look behind me, and I see this beautiful blonde girl walking by me, who walks by me and proceeds to walk up to the table. And I go, that was almost a really big mistake. So, I like to say, somewhere in a parallel universe, I actually walked up to the table, basically, and went, hey! And he's kind of going, no, I just sat down. You can't take my food yet, you know. Cringe. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that would have been bad, man. That would have been bad. But, yeah, that was, that was my Michael J. Fox story there, you know. A lot of just bumping into people. You know, I mean, I had this thing, I'm pretty good with faces, so they do tend to stick out for me. So I especially when you live in LA that long, you definitely see them at some point, right? But for the most part, in another universe, that could have been the cringiest thing you did. Yeah, and I've done some cringy things in my life too, so that would suck to have that be the highlight. But thankfully, peripheral vision, I have very good peripheral vision, so I picked up the beautiful girl that was standing behind me and just did not embarrass myself. But yeah. I'll tell you, okay. I'll tell you another one, and this one is, speaking of Cheers, I don't know if you know, let's see, you should have called him a chicken. Well, no, I wouldn't have known that, because this is 85, which means that chicken didn't exist yet, right? That was Future 2, right? And bleeds into 3. What's wrong with Fly, you chicken? But, you know, and I do it at Marty. I've done it before, but I'll do it. Here you go. Doc, are you trying to tell me you built a time machine out of a DeLorean? There you go. So, there's my Marty. So there you go. I don't know. Should I just go back to work now, or you want another story? It's up to you, man. Whoa, that Marty impression. Yeah. I should have brought. I actually have a whole outfit. I dress up at San Diego Comic-Con when we actually have a San Diego Comic-Con. I'll dress up in that outfit occasionally, you know. I actually have a picture somewhere too. I don't know where it is, but I did one where I did like all three Martys, you know, from Future 1, 2, and 3 in the different outfits. And then I shot myself, had a buddy of mine shoot me in front of the table. And then I edited it all together. So I'm doing like the watch look, right? And I have like all three of my outfits together. It's up to you, man. Don't want to be a bothersome to your work. No, man, I enjoyed talking about this stuff. I mean, I you know, I love this stuff. And I have a really fun story too. This is a guy that, you know, no one really knows, that they know him, but they don't really know him. The name is Jeffrey Ratzenberger. I mean, not Jeffrey. Yeah, Ratzenberger. Yeah, oh, Jeffrey. John, sorry. Where's my brain? John Ratzenberger. I don't know if that name rings a bell or not. If you're old enough, or if you ever watched Cheers, you would know that he played the mailman Cliff Clavin, right? But for those that are under the age of 50, 40, 30, probably never heard of Cheers, but you would know him. Too young to watch Cheers. Okay, but you would know this. He is the only actor, John Ratzenberger is the only actor in the world to appear in every Pixar movie ever made. So he has that fine credential. So I think that alone makes him automatically cool. You probably know him best as the pig from the Toy Story movies. Every Pixar movie, yes. If you look him up, man, he's literally the only actor to be in every Pixar movie ever made. So, okay, so I'll stop for a second because I want to do this story right, because I always liked him on Cheers, right? He's such a fun character, right? And he's pretty much the only one that actually did the accent on the TV show, the Boston accent. You know, anyways, I digress. But so I was with a bunch of friends. I got nominated for a Visual Effects Society Award for a TV show I worked on a million years ago that no one's ever heard of, called Battlestar Galactica. So I was there with a bunch of friends and didn't win, but you know, got nominated. But we're there, and they were also honoring who were they? I guess it was John Lasseter. They're honoring John Lasseter. So there's a bunch of Pixar people there that were, you know, actors and stuff like that, and actresses to honor him, right? Never heard of it? Okay. Like I said, old show. Anyways, so we're going up, my friends and I are going up to go get ourselves something to drink at the bar, right? And John Ratzenberger's at the bar, right? And I'm basically busting out my useless trivia like I always do, right? So I'm talking to my buddies, and we're standing in line behind them, and I don't want to, you know, be imposed, right? But I basically say that, you know, to my friends, loud enough that he hears it, of course, but I say that John Ratzenberger he's the only actor to appear in a Star Wars movie and a Superman movie. He was actually in Superman 2 as part of the like NASA ground control, and of course in Empire Strikes Back he's one of the ground guys there, right, on Hoth, you know. And then one of my buddies is kind of like, he goes, wait, isn't it like a different Superman movie? Excuse me. And then, you know, Jeffrey Ratzenberger kind of turns around and joins the conversation. And at this point, just give us some context. Which Superman? Superman 2, where it begins with Zod and his friends landing on the moon and beating up the astronauts on the moon. And Ratzenberger, he goes, the line is like, did he say girl? I thought he said curl. What's a curl? It's like, isn't that some atmospheric condition? He goes, man, you're older than I am. Or something like that. Paraphrasing. It's been 30 years since I've seen that movie. So, anyways, at the time, Disney and Pixar had been in a nasty fight at this point, right? They were splitting ways, right? Pixar had completed their obligation to Disney, and that was after Disney did some kind of nefarious things, right? They did some stuff where Pixar had to make so many movies before they completed their contract, and Disney was doing tricks like saying that, well, no, one of the I think the Toy Story movies, one of them was actually originally supposed to be straight to video, so that doesn't count towards the obligation. You still owe us another movie, right? And so when they started splitting, Disney decided that they were going to do the next Toy Story movie in-house, right? Which was, at that point, I think it was Toy Story number 3, right? So not Pixar, it was going to be Disney that made Toy Story 3 at the time. And it was just coming into production there at Disney. And one of my buddies asked John Ratzenberger, he said, so, yeah, are you going to be back for Toy Story 3, right? And without missing a beat, Ratzenberger, he just turns to us and he goes, oh, no. He goes, I have nothing to do with that movie. And one of the guys goes, what, your agent couldn't get enough money for you? Right? Kind of snarky, but like that. But John turned and he goes, no, you don't understand. And he goes, it's not Pixar, right? This is not a Pixar movie. And he goes, I love this, man. He just looks at us and he goes, you dance with who brung ya, right? I just love that, man. The dude, just without missing a beat, just basically says that because it was not Pixar, and Pixar is the one that had treated him so well over those years, even though he had the opportunity, right, to do that movie, you know, Disney would have paid him tons of money, no doubt. But because it was not Pixar, he just stood up for his morals and he went, you know, I'm not doing it, period. He goes, I told my agent, he goes, I told my agent he couldn't even send me the script, right? That. And just, I always thought he was a cool guy, but he just went exponentially in my book, right? That was, you know, if you know anything about actors or character actors, right, you know, you're only as good as your last project, right? And if you have dead time, that could be like the end of your career. So that was just amazing to me. And of course, it all turned out fine because, as you know, what happened was Disney bought Pixar shortly thereafter, and then John Lasseter took over. And the first thing, I feel sorry for the poor people that got hired at Disney to work on Toy Story 3. The first thing John Lasseter does is he walks into that area and he just looks at everybody and goes, yeah, everyone here, yeah, you're all fired. This Toy Story 3 project, it's officially dead. Everyone here's gone. You know, it's like, oh, I mean, the proverbial flamethrower just walked in and just cleared the floor. You know? So I have no idea what the Disney Toy Story 3 movie would have been like, but we'll never know at this point. But so, anyways, there you go. Those are two of my favorite stories. But yeah, John Ratzenberger, I would love to have a conversation with him proper because he you know, a lot of actors and actresses. I after being there 12 years, you know, let's just say they live up to the stereotypes frequently. So when you meet one that breaks the mold, right, it just, to me, it's all the more impressive, you know. So anyways, John Ratzenberger, wherever you are, buddy, I am thoroughly impressed with you. So there you go. There's another story. So there's a couple for you. All right. I don't know if I've told that one on here before, the Ratzenberger. I don't know. I've told it my friends before just because I think it's so cool, but I'm not sure if I actually told it on the stream before. So that one might be new. The Marty one, I did tell that one, but that was at least over a year ago. So I figure I can tell that one once a year. I'm loving his stories. Oh, man. Those are the good ones that come to mind. Aside from that, I don't know. Let's see. I'm trying to think of anything else that was... see, is that user documents? Okay, I'm just trying to make sure I'm planting this in the right place. Trying to think. I mean, a lot of just bumping into celebrities, that kind of stuff. But not necessarily full-on conversations. Was Bryan Cranston? Well, dude, that counts, man. Walter White, right? Or the dad from Malcolm in the Middle. Absolutely. Or, if you want to go super obscure, he was the doomed captain of a ship in Babylon 5 episode, where he has to do a suicide run, you know, which was, yeah, very cool. But yeah, Bryan Cranston seems like a really cool guy too. No connection there whatsoever, but, when was this? Was this during the Breaking Bad era, or was it like before then, or? Johnny's back. Welcome, buddy. Haven't seen you forever, man. Glad you're back. Be honest, man, I was worried about you. Last time we talked, man, you were going, I got medical stuff going on. Glad you're back, man. He also did the English voice for one of the characters in Macross Plus. Sweet, super obscure. Oh, it was after Breaking Bad. Okay, nice. So it's relatively recent, right? That's cool. Johnny, good to see you, man. Glad you're around. So, yeah, that would be a fun. He'd be a fun guy to talk to, I'm sure. That's cool. All right, so I wonder if it doing well. Just lurking. Sweet, man. How are things going on your end, man? You guys still making a lot of good headway? How's that coming? I just announced here on the stream today, and probably before you showed up, I don't know if you heard it, but my big news was the fact that I finally got Nintendo's blessing. So I got Triple Troubles will actually be coming out on the Switch now too, because I don't have enough stuff keeping me busy. So, you know, so now we're up to Steam, iOS, Android, Xbox, and now Switch. Things are going well. I'm glad to hear it, man. Very cool. Oh, shoot. It's not fantastic. My platform of choice. Yeah, I was saying earlier, I do not own one yet. And the key reason is just because I've been playing it way too much. Who named Penny? And did that person watch Big Bang Theory? No, actually, it was my wife and I. We did it together. I just kind of like the name. If anything, for me, it would be much more obscure. I would be naming it Pretty Penny, after Ellen Barkin's character from The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth Dimension. You want to talk about the quintessential 80s movie. There you go. I think she was doing it because it was Penny was like, I don't know, I think it's, I don't know, Audrey Hepburn character, I think. Yeah, and that's something I haven't heard in a long time. Hey, don't be mean. We don't have to be mean. Because remember, no matter where you go, there you are. Right? So, I have a funny, so I'm going into my Hollywood stories. But this one, and I know I've told this one before, but it's been a million years ago, so I'll dig this one up again. So I was working in a visual effects company called Digital Domain, right? Which is just such a cool place. Work on the commercial side. And I was in a cubicle area with 3 other artists and myself, right? They were artists. I was just there. But we were constantly doing Buckaroo Banzai lines. You know, where are we going? Planet 10. When? Real soon. You know, no, don't talk on that. You don't know what it's attached to, right? Just back and forth, right? And we were working on a commercial at the time, I think for a Jaguar commercial. And our VFX supervisor comes by and he's talking to us and he overhears us talking about that. And he's kind of like, oh, you guys like Buckaroo Banzai? And it's like, yeah, of course we love Buckaroo Banzai. He goes, so you know the movie pretty well, right? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, well, I don't know if you know it, but I actually built the oscillation overthruster. And we just kind of stop, right? Just like chins hit the ground and kind of going, wait, what? And he goes, yeah, I was working in the prop department, and it was on the list, and nobody wanted to bother doing it, so I asked if they mind if I make the oscillation overthruster object, and nobody cared, and so yeah, so I built it, and we instantly just kind of went into hero worship. It's kind of like, dude, we already thought you were cool, and he actually was one of the better supervisors that I had a chance to work with. He was actually a very nice guy named Les, and yeah, he just kind of goes, yeah, and we were just kind of going, oh, dude, you just became so instantly cool. You know, that was just wow. You know, just we're like, you know, in the air, we're just playing with it, hitting the buttons and that kind of stuff. So that was always kind of a fun thing too, because you would have those conversations. Is the fact that you're, you know, when you're in that arena, right, and then you'd mention something, and then something like that would come up. It's kind of like, oh yeah, I worked on that. Wait, what? You know. And after 20 years myself, I've had the pleasure of doing that a few times too, where somebody will bring up something and it's kind of like, oh, you like that show? Yeah, it's kind of like, okay, well, I animated that in there, and they kind of go, wait, what? You know? So there you go. But yeah, that's my Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai, which I actually have a Team Banzai bandana. I went to a comic convention all the way back then, and they were handing out the bandanas before the movie came out. And I still have it in a box somewhere. A very pristine Buckaroo Banzai bandana. What is this? It's your hand. It's just so many goofy quotes in that movie. Love that. All right. All right, so I got to figure out why I got to be quasi-productive, right? I got to figure out. I'm too young to get that reference. It's And you know, it is very much a quintessential 80s movie for sure. Although actually going back to the future, Christopher Lloyd is actually in there. Big Boutte. Christopher Lloyd has a role in there. It is a very odd movie. It is a very, very strange movie. It stars Peter Weller, best known as RoboCop. You know, but it's... I got my wife to see it a bunch of years ago, and afterwards, all she basically would say is, that was a very 80s movie. So, it really is. It really is, man. But I love that one. That's just... That was a high school favorite for all my buddies and me. We were constantly doing lines back and forth. Alright, so I'm guessing that the jump up I have broken out, maybe? Yeah, jump up. That's why. Okay, so I got to replace those. I stumbled upon it about 20 years ago pretty randomly. That's about the way you could, right? I had friends that worked on a failed TV version. They pitched a TV version of Buckaroo Banzai, and they did a bunch of test animation visual effects work for it. Unfortunately, it didn't get picked up, but it was the same company that was doing Babylon 5 at the time. And a few other things too, but they're most famous for Babylon 5. But yeah, I mean, and I don't want to oversell it. It's not a classic in any way, shape, but oh, shark bait. Uh-oh. Johnny, watch out, man. Shark bait's back. He now owns first place, by the way. I tried to jump in there and give him a run for his money, but he kind of blew us out of the water there. So I did climb up, you know, it's been a while, so I did climb up into second place there, but yeah, he has a strong first place lead. So welcome back, Sharkbait. You just went ahead and extended your first place lead. That's all right. All right, now this is the part where Sharkbait hits you up for that free key. So here it comes. 3, 2, 1. Where's my key? Here it comes. All right, so what I need then is, let me check jump across, jump up. Hopefully I don't have any transitions on jump up. I probably do. Jump up. I do. Crap. See? I am truly omnipotent. I know everything that's going to happen. See, look at that, Sharkbait. I'm feeling very snub, man. I'm feeling very snub because I was going to offer you a free copy of Triple Troubles on the Switch, but, you know, since you're only interested in Johnny's, you know, free key, yeah, I guess I'll have to rescind the offer then, so. Uh-oh. That smelled like a miss. Oh, and then the turn happened. All right. So, looks like a shortcut. A bit low on keys right now. Oh, damn the timing. Oh, heartbreaker. No, it wasn't. Nope. It looked like it, but nope. She was blocking it. That was definitely in the dirt, man. If you listen to the audio really close, you could hear it smack off the ground. So, Johnny, though, in all seriousness, so are you guys still in the beta point? Did you send all your keys out and you're getting some good feedback from all your Kickstarter people? What's the latest there, man? Give me an update. Oh, she got that one. Good toss. Running the beta, getting great feedback. Oh, fantastic. Glad to hear it. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, did you find yourself going, okay, our list of all the stuff we got to finish is now getting longer, or does it look pretty manageable? It's kind of like, okay, no big surprises. I mean, that's what I'm dealing with here. That's what I was talking about, the fact that based on my feedback from some of the gameplay that people have been doing, so how does one get a key then? I think you have to wait. It is pretty manageable, but we're talking late in the year, I think. Yeah, okay. That's cool. So one of the things I'm dealing with right now was I'm revising how the ape moves around. Whereas before he would do these wide jumps, but now he's doing a bit where he kind of grabs the vines, right? and slides up and down, jumps up and then slides down. So now with the vines there's no mistaking where the ape can and can't go. Some have been selling on eBay apparently for really, holy crap, dude, seriously? Wow. See, you're doing the wrong thing, man. I think you just take some keys and put them up there yourself. You know, undercut the prices, of course. You know, sell them for 35, but jeez, 75 to 120. Well, I guess that's the nature of the business, but yeah, that was like the story I read about a pizza guy that one of those delivery services. I can't remember which one, but he was selling pizzas for like $16, right? And then the delivery company was paying like over $20. So he realized that if he just bought a bunch of pizzas from his own place from this company, he actually made a profit from every pizza he was selling by just having them delivered to himself. Yeah. So speaking of dates, I mentioned this before, the fact that we actually pushed our date as well. Our big release date was going to be in July to coincide with San Diego Comic-Con, which of course is gone at this point. So what we decided now is to, my partner was cool with it, and he said, you know, we can take some breathing room, make sure that you got the time to put all the polish in there that you need. So our new date is December 29th, which seems kind of arbitrary, but actually coincides with the very first airing of The Trouble with Tribbles back in 67. So we're releasing the game on the anniversary of the airing of the TV show. So it's kind of an obscure, kind of great thing, but so anyone that's a super Star Trek nerd will get a big kick out of that. That is really neat. Yeah, it's a cute touch, but yeah, it was one of the things that we looked up on IMDb. Easy enough to do. But let's see. So let's just go Star Trek. Yeah, fire it up. Yeah, 67. Yeah, I was right about that. And then, God bless IMDb, man. It makes this so much easier to pull off. There you go. December 29th, 1967. Sharp8, you missed the opportunity, buddy. It was a Kickstarter campaign. That's how. It's already been invested, man. He had 20,000, I think he said. He can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he had 20,000 people that actually bought into the game. So, yeah, unfortunately, the window of opportunity for that is come and gone. You have to wait for it to actually come out towards the end of the year, and then you can buy one. Or just keep bugging Johnny. 24,000. Oh, geez. Okay, I missed by a few. So, I'm curious, do you have a sense of how many of those keys did get turned around and put on the open market? I mean, 24,000, if it's only a handful, that's an astronomically low number, if you ask me. But, I mean, if it's a big chunk, I'd be curious. I know that happens a ton with, like, you know, like a Humble Bundle and Fanaticals. I know that a bunch of those keys get bought up. Very few. Dude, that's fantastic, man. That's 800. Okay, Sharp8's happy with the score. That's actually fantastic news, man. I'm glad to hear that. That most of them are actually keeping it for themselves. That's great. I noticed that was something too. Speaking of Fanatical, this is something I'm sort of contemplating now. Johnny, I don't know if you were here when I mentioned it or not, but I actually have a demo for Triple Troubles that's actually released on Steam and Itch now. Totally free, of course. We have about 50 people playing at all times. Peaks about 300 per day. Dude, that's fantastic, man. Out of 24K keys, that's actually a pretty darn good percentage, man. Wow, that's great. That's super great. But one thing I noticed, one of the ones, I buy Humble Bundles and Fanatical bundle of games all the time. One of the ones I bought recently, I noticed, was actually still in early access. So that's an interesting concept. Can we watch the trailer like the good old days? The trailer for Johnny's game? Or my game? I'm not sure which one you're after. I can bring up either. Just tell me which one you're talking about, and I'm sure I can dig up Johnny's. My game. Oh, for tribbles. Oh, sure. Okay. Oops. Muted the mic instead of the music. Screwed that up. Okay, videos. Let's see. Where is it? Search. Trailer. No! I want to search on my crap. Alright, let me just do it this way. It's going to be a pain about this. Alright, here we go. Since you asked. epic voice guy. Yes, Ed Mace. The one, the only Ed Mace. My buddy who I've been working with for over a decade now. Alright, let me make sure I got the audio kicking pretty well here. Alright, here you go. Thanks for asking. I appreciate that. Here is the trailer for Triple Troubles.
Space. The final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship. Is that a tribble? On my ship! Tribble Troubles boldly go where no tribble has gone before. Play as a tribble that's been beamed into the core of a hostile planet. You'll have to jump, climb, and squish your way to safety. Face off against dangerous glonners, speedy sandworms, relentless alien apes, and phaser-toting crew members. Battle your way through 16 challenging levels across 4 different environments. Collect gems to score power-ups like shields and sonic attacks. Complete missions and unlock new outfits to personalize your tribble. Tribble Troubles, beaming down in July for Xbox, Steam, and mobile.
There you go. So thanks for asking. I appreciate that. And actually, Johnny, I don't think can narrate my life. So I don't know if you've seen. You probably wouldn't have. Let me show you the actual what the game looks like now in terms of like the opening cutscene. So, okay, we got the audio kicking. So there's all the company logo crap.
Space.
So this is like the trailer.
The final
saw,
frontier.
at least in the beginning here.
These are the voyages of the starship. Is that a tribble? On my ship!
Little tribble stuff floats. And hard to see because of the guys at the bottom there. But I got it. There you go. See if I can bring this up here. Jeez. There you go. So here's all the trademark stuff, right? CBS Studios, all that kind of stuff. So you know I don't get in trouble. Yeah, I know it is, isn't it? Yeah. I talked about this a while back, but what happened there was I went looking for a Star Trek music, and I found a musician who had this clip that sounded just like it came from an episode. So I approached him, and sorry about that. Okay, fix that. So I approached him, and yeah, he actually came on board, and he's made some great tunes for me that are just pretty much spot on. And then I turned this into like the Muzak version here, like the radio Muzak, which is sort of my homage to like Portal. You know, I love that when you go to the main menu, you hear the main theme, but it's done as you know, like playing on a radio. But yeah, here's the main menu. Oh, here we go. Let's go over here to our credits. There you go. There you go. So, and I got, there he is right there. Jeremy Reinhold. Jeremy has done a fantastic job with the music. So there are the cast of characters that have made this thing possible. So there you go. I'm going to turn the music up a little bit, the audio up a little bit here, because I'm going to show you the opening animation stuff. So crank this up a little bit. All right. Here we go.
Captain's Log 5392.3. We're concluding our survey of the planet Cortu, a vibrant planet that will soon be completely consumed by its own volcanic core. We'll be departing after we finish retrieving our survey equipment from the planet's surface. Number 1.
Yes, Captain?
What was that?
Looks like a tribble, sir.
What's it doing on my ship?
Looks like it's feasting on our Quadrotriticale.
Ah! Engineering!
Aye, sir.
Scanners show a tribble on my ship.
Aye, sir.
Great. Lock onto that fur ball and beam it into the center of that planet!
But, sir...
Now! No!
I believe engineering was trying to mention that it couldn't get a lock on just the tribble. But I'm guessing that you figured that out. Well played, sir. Well played.
And then we go into the progress menu, and we see the tribble jettison off the ship into the planet. The animation is smooth. Thanks, man. I say character animators are basically actors that can't perform in real time. And, you know, there's a lot of actors that have a hard time, like, watching themselves. That's true for me, actually. I mean, I see the animation now, and I'm happy with it. But I also see, like, little pops and things here and there. It's kind of like, oh, dude, I would clean that up, man. I see hand motion that's not fast enough. You know, I mean, so, you know, I'm glad I stopped when I did. I didn't keep tweaking, but I look at it now and it's kind of like, yeah, I wouldn't mind going back and polishing. So, but yeah, thanks. So there's going to be several of those, actually. There's going to be, I think, 4 or 5 total cutscenes to progress the storyline, but it helps set some context and just add some stuff to it. It looks great, though. Thanks, man. It looks fantastic in my opinion. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'm learning how to hack. Okay. You want to hack? You want to hack my website or me or the company in general? They're all equally boring, but okay. Thanks, Sharkbait. Nice to see I've moved up in your books there. All right. But hack the penny game to get unlimited discs. There you go. Or to never miss. How about that? Yeah, he did make me look last time. So it is an 80% chance that she will actually catch the frisbee. So it's only 1 out of 5, statistically speaking, that it should ever miss. Let's see which part of this it is. Is it 80% or the 20%? It's... Oh! Did he get it? Oh, he did. Part of the 80%. And he, look at it, 870. Jeez, dude. So you gonna stop when you get to 1,000, or are you just gonna keep rubbing our nose in it? I think, you know, I thought it was 50-50. No, it is actually brought up. I can't remember if, I guess it was probably last week, because someone was asking, and I actually brought up the project and looked at it because I couldn't remember offhand. And I think I'm, yeah, be the first to be 1,000. Yeah, I believe that. I actually believe that. But yeah, I had to go look up the code, and it really was a 1 out of 5 concept. Tracker, what up, buddy? Sorry, give it a second. It'll come back. It always does. All right, so I gotta kill these. Jump in. Wait. Jump up, jumping up. So let's do that. Animation. Ape. Penny game is actually rigged. All right, Tracker, give it a second. Once it comes off the high score here, and it said, there you go. Now type it in. It's actually rigged. If it was, I would own first place with a vengeance. Oh, okay. Sharkbait's going to take it over again. Yeah, you can't wait long. If you wait, Sharkbait jumps right up in there. Look at that. It is definitely rigged. I think Sharkbait's been going behind my back and... All right, Ricky. No worries, man. Thanks for hanging out, buddy. Yep. All right, I'm going to be plugging away for another 40 minutes or so. Okay, so jump up and jumping up are the two I need to kill here. Yeah. See, oh, Gary. I was like, see, Gary. Who's Gary? Oh, got it. Ullman. Yeah, I won't even try and do a Gary Ullman impression. Well, Sharpay, thank you for giving him a chance. How about that? Thank you. Yeah. Gary Ullman, I like that. That is truly a first, but yeah. Okay, so jump up, jumping up. Drop those in. And then make transition to here. And edit this like, oops. Edit like so, like so. There we go. All right. So now we got the new ones in there. So hopefully now the ape actually reaches up to grab the vines when he's going to jump up. That's the objective here. Let's see if we got that working right. Slide is correct. Let's see if he does it. I think he did. It's a really fast maneuver. Yeah, he does. Okay, it's a super fast move, but it is kind of there. I don't even know if it reads, but at least almost like in a subliminal way you can see. Oh, shoot. I couldn't even see that one. There he goes. No, you jerk. Come down here. Come on, buddy. There you go. Good boy. All right. Yeah, good. The hands come out front. That's the key thing, right? Is before he was doing the bit where he like puts his hands up and then just does a leap. Now he's doing the thing where the hands come forward and quickly grab the vine, right? And just do a grab and toss move. So that's all good. Sweet. All right, that's what I wanted. Yeah, you have to look really fast to register it, but I think it's okay. Oh, you got 900? Jeez, man. You're not gonna reach 1,000 a day, are you? You're gonna need 10 successful. Well, you're 910. Yeah, I think he broke my game. I think you don't miss anymore. I think it's just perfect every time. All right, so let me save this. All right. So if I look at my list here, yeah. All right. So I want to do a couple new animations. One thing that I want to deal with is the repetition of this. Specifically, when the ape jumps down, right, and he does the boom, the banging hands on the ground there. Oh shoot, I just screwed up. So when he lands, he turns. Oh, when he's on the same level here. Oh wait. Here, he jumps. Bang, right? He bangs his fist on the ground, which is cute. I mean, I'm happy with the animation, right? And the little pelvic thrust there depends on the height, right? If he's far enough on a separator from you on the Y, then he does the banging his fist in the ground, like this, bang, right? Now. The issue there is the fact that it's the same animation every time. So I want to come up with a couple more just to have some little variety there. You did it again, didn't you? You got up to 930. All right. So I'm going to jump over into Maya and do those, but I'm going to duck out for a quick break. But hang tight, guys. I'll be right back. And of course, in the meantime, Sharp8, feel free to keep playing catch with my dog. Be right back. Yeah, I'll be right back as well. All right. Hang tight, guys. And we're back. Okay. So we're good here. Do I need to save that? Let me save that. Alright. So let's go open. Let's see. What did I call it? Don't think this is right. Oh no, okay, I guess I do have a couple of animation variations of this, so. So he looks in the direction. So what I'm thinking about is just the fact that I want to do some variation, so it's not just the same animation every single time. So I think it's 30 that I got to be back by. And 33 is just an overlap. Okay. So I think I want to do one where he just beats the chest. So let's make a new directory here. Don't know if I'm going to... I probably won't get this done in the next 30 minutes, but we'll see if we can make some good headway. Alright. So I want to do like, you know, the classic, you know, gorilla style chest pounding, but just such a short time here, and I don't want this to be any longer than the other one. So I mean, I have literally this much time. Boom, boom, boom. Right. So instead of doing the look, what I may do is just sacrifice the look and just go straight into the beating chest right here. So just take everybody and delete those. Alright. Then like this. Have to play. Yeah, okay, good. Like that. Boom. So he start with this hand, I guess. And then first thing is tuck the fingers in. And I gotta do it this way, which is terrible. I did such a crappy job of rigging this character. But it's too late to go back now. I guess that kind of implies a fist. It's not pretty. Alright, so okay, so because he's gonna do the chest pound, I have him do this. Boom. And yeah, I can only go so far because of the fact that this layer is behind the chest, so I can't have it reach in front. That's just a flat out layer issue that I got no choice. Alright, so but boom. I'll do a 1 frame hold here. Oops. Who is it? Okay, I can't remember which one of these. There he is. Okay. Oh. Actually, I want to tilt the head back, don't I? Doing his. And then probably want the eye to go big here. Come on. Come on. There it goes. And just do it that way. All right. Let's see. I'm trying to think how to cheat. I guess I can have the head sort of slide back and forth. So if he's beating this way, I think the head would come over here. Like that, maybe. Penny was missing you there, Sharkbait. Alright, I gotta remember to let Penny do her cameo appearance here in half an hour. Man, you're breaking it now, too. Look at that. Alright, so we got that one. Drank a protein shake, and now my stomach feels like it's about to explode. Told you you're a hacker. Oh, protein shakes, is that a hacker thing? Further like that. No, that's a trying to get built for football season thing. Got it. Okay, fair enough, man. Yeah, I had a I had a not so football physique myself. I was a track kind of guy. Did you get that one? Is that a catch or was that a miss? Oh! Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if that 1,000 is going to happen today. Alright. So then if the head comes back this way... You keep saying it. Saying it doesn't make it so, buddy. Alright, don't need you. I need you. Actually, I guess I should tuck the fingers in at this point. Since I may loop this. Don't know if I'm going to loop it or not. Ugh, God, that's terrible. Note to self. Don't rig characters poorly in the future. Noted. Okay. Uh, 10. Oh, shoot. I gotta get that matched up. 7, 8. You're learning brute force hacking. Oh, okay. So, I was always curious about that. I mean, so what is the choice? I mean, aside from just sort of like writing, or writing a script that just randomly tries every possible combination. I mean, is that a matter of like looking for open ports or something to expose, or what is the gist of that? Not that I'm taking notes. Not that I'm going to try and do it myself, but... You know, for the layman's, give me an idea of how does brute force hacking actually work? Okay. So this might actually work. I'm hoping this looks good. Uh-oh. Sharpay's not responding now. I don't think he wants to share. it might be okay. I may just copy. Let's go this way. I may copy paste these frames and then offset it so it's not just a total cut and paste, but it's not terrible. So let's think this through. I need him, need him, need him, him, and him. So that's at 3. Copy. See if this works. Yeah. Okay. It's ugly, but I can clean it up. And then it goes back to neutral. Alright. Oh, detailed explanation. Brute force is the simplest method to gain access to a site or server or anything that is password protected. It tries various combinations of usernames and passwords again and again until it gets in. This repetitive action is like an army attacking a fort. Now you'll think, wow, that's easy. I can do that too. No. I mean, because the complication, yeah, anyone can make something that's a random generator, that kind of stuff, but whoa, wrong pipe. Whoa. All right, don't talk and drink at the same time. Note to self. Excuse me. All right. No, I don't think so, because the trick there is it's not just coming up with random usernames, right, and random passwords. It's making contextual to the person that you're trying to hack, right? So I mean, there's got to be more to it than that. It's yeah, exactly. No, I don't think it is, right? I think it's not. I mean, you can do the generic standards, right? The obvious, 1 2 3 4 password, or 000, whatever, that kind of stuff. But generally speaking, yeah, that's not, that's not going to get you very far at all. So yeah, no, I do not question that at all. Excuse me. And then, so this one, I'll just have him come back down. Because he's going to go back into his regular from there. All right. That's nice, but it's just ping-ponging, so that's crap. That we got to fix. All right. Excuse me. You've been learning Python. Oh, that's cool. How's that coming? I've not played with Python since, well, like I was talking about before, my Sony days when I was working as a data wrangler. Yeah, and I mean, I learned a little bit, but yeah, totally, whatever I knew, I've forgotten for sure now. Excuse me. I didn't know that. That's interesting. So that is the weapon of choice, is Python to do brute force stuff. Huh. I did not know that. That's cool. Yeah, it's still not really working yet. So, you just doing it for novelty, or you got specific targets you want to go after? I mean, aside from, of course, Johnny, because you want your free key from him, right? Excuse me. So you make yourself a hack code so you can get into his system and get you that key you're waiting for, right? I mean, like the old movie War Games kind of demonstrates that too. Geez, sorry. Really wrong pipe. I mean, because the whole thing of that is him trying to figure out how to get into the system. Okay. Trying to get in the system. And then he does all his homework and he figures out that it's, the name of his kid is the backdoor password. All right, how about this? All right, so it turns out that giant head tilt here, not as cool as I thought it was going to be. Alright, I gotta play catch up, don't I? I'll try my luck. Not fair. Not fair. As many catches Sharkbait has made, and then I do one, and I miss. You know what? It is rigged, man. It is rigged against me. So you've already developed the ability to hack, and you've hacked my game. Right? And made it so I'm going to lose. That's mean, man. That's just mean. Johnny's going to show you. He's going to teach me how it's done. Oh, sharp bait. Too late, man. There it is. See? Now that I took him for the team, Johnny steps up. He's like, yeah, now's a good time. How? Because he typed it in first. That's how. Oops. Wrong. Alright, so maybe if I play with a mouth here. There you go. See, you're still doing fine. Oops, too far. Yeah, you still have a nice lead. That's very true. Yes. Which you're expanding. All right, so that looks like a vibration here at the beginning. That's here. There we go. All right. All right, I need the hand to go up. I think that's what's missing here. Boom. All right, and then the finger's got to come back out here. So we'll copy those like so. There we go. And do the same over on this side. Yeah, guess I can leave that. Just let it space out at this point. Jeez. Sharp 8, you really got to come to Vegas, man. I think you would do really well. Oh, that's how to brute force a website. Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah. And let that go down more. Maybe even come back. Oh, that's looking a little twinny there. 980. Jeez, man, you might make it. You get 15 minutes to try and make it up to the holy grail of 1,000. Maybe if I come up with it that way. Oh, wrong direction. All right. To 26, and then back open wide for 30. All right, so that needs to happen faster. Yeah, it's probably too fast. Let's see. Okay, so gotta ease in this a bit more here. Oh, you know what? I can also move this down as well. That's gonna go with it. Crap. Yeah, not that far, can I? I don't think I can scale it. Nope. Okay. Man, really crappy job on this rig. Yeah, okay. Alright, and I gotta adjust this so he... Uh-oh. Sharpay, man. That's the wrong direction, buddy. Time's ticking away, man. You're going the wrong way. Alright, so what I gotta do now is just make sure that it's not just the same place every single time. Because then it has that... just that looping look, which we don't want. Like that. Just break it up a little bit like that. He's air thrusting. He's supposed to be beating his chest. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't read. Let's see. Don't like it yet. Alright, so yeah, I gotta break this up. That's bugging me, for one thing. Go up there one time. Down here. Just randomize it a bit. Like so. All right. Hate to say it, but I think it looks a little too back and forth there. I Ironically, he's actually not moving on the X at all, but it looks like he is just because of the rotation. Alright, so then here's what we gotta do. Just grab these three characters right here. Oh, wrong one. These three characters, like so. It's the 2D here. I think it's bugging me, the hand rotation. This is a point where I really would love to have 3D. I could just rotate it straight across like that. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is going to come together or not. Alright, so I think I'm okay with his right hand. It's the left one I'm not liking at all. Maybe it's just going too far out. Also probably need a little arc in here anyways. Something like that. Alright, so that's terrible at the end. How about that? Yeah, it's getting better. This, and then the hand drop here at the end should be pretty much fading, transitioning back to the other animation anyways. So, not too worried about that not looking great. Probably need to play with the mouth more, I think. Probably faster motion. Alright, now I'll just mess with the hair, and then I'll probably come to a close here. So, let's put these guys up like so. Sort of come back a little bit. Uh-oh. Dude, you keep going this rate, you're going to be tied with me in second. I don't know, man. 1,000 is not looking very likely at the moment. Oh, that's terrible. God, that's terrible. Johnny's going to show you how it's done. Look at that. Beautiful air. See, that's the trick. You got to throw it far enough out. Alright, I'm head up. Alright, there's always Friday, man. Come on back on Friday. And you can get that elusive 1,000. What do you say? Alright, Sharpbait. Take care, man. And keep bugging Johnny for that key. I'm sure he'll break at some point and hook you up. Right, Johnny? Alright, so here. Let's do it this way. Oops. Let's go down all the way down there. And maybe... Uh-oh, you just gave him hope, man. That's not good. Alright. So I think I'm just overselling it at this point. That's it. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. And the hopes that they're coming to my channel to hopefully get a key from you. I'll take it. You know what? It's charity. I'll take it. Why do you come to this guy's channel again? Oh yeah, to play catch with his dog, and to try and get a free key from this guy, or for the guy doing the stream. Oh no. From this other guy. Down. How about that? Yeah. Alright, closer, but this still's not working for me. Alright, I think I gotta let this come here. Once again, not go so far out. I don't think that's reading well. Like that. Now the shark bait's gone. You can try and go ahead and step up, and there you go. So shark bait has a rude awakening when he comes back. Just toss it all the way down there. Okay, better, but there's one. You need to climb up a little bit. Boom. There he goes. Yeah, it's still looking very sameness here. Okay, how about that? Maybe that's what I need. More. rotation on the hand here. Maybe that's what I'm missing. No, I'm not grasping at straws. No, not at all. There we go. All right. Still not happy about the mouth yet, but getting closer, I think. Oh, he forgot to look to see the score. Oh! Boy, that stutter step, didn't it? Oh, back to 600. All right. Can I come down at all? Maybe that's what I need. Yeah. One for the road. I'm not sure if I like that. I might undo that. Yeah. Alright, I think I may have to... I was hoping to do a unified one, but I may have to do one where he looks in the direction, either forward, up, and down, and because right now it's still looking a little underwhelming. Yeah, I think that's going to be my best bet. I think it's the general idea of it's there, but just not really happy with it. Alright. Yep, I think I'll shut it down there. How'd you do? Oh, look at that. You went right by me, man. I'm chatting away. Come back and look. I'm in third place all of a sudden. Congrats, Johnny. Glad you made it back, man. Glad you're okay. Yeah, you could actually watch, not that you bother, but you could actually, I referenced you a few times kind of going, yeah, I hadn't seen him in a while. I hope he's doing okay. But, yeah, glad you're doing good. And glad you're making progress, too, on the game, man. Because, you know, Sharkbait wants his free key. Much appreciated. Of course. All right. Well, yeah, I'm going to drop off, and I'm going to go figure out exactly how to go get myself a dev kit for my Switch. Get the ball rolling on that. I had a couple of visits to the hospital. Oh, you told me about the first one, man. Kidney stone as well? So the last time we talked, you said it was like, it was a back thing, but then you, it was like, you weren't sure exactly what it was, so I don't know if you got it fully diagnosed, but on top of all that, you had a kidney stone as well? Jeez, man. That's brutal. God. Alright, you know what? I don't know if Penny's going to be able to make her cameo. I think my wife might have locked her up. Oh, shoot. Uh-oh. Oh, she did. I guess Penny doesn't get to make her little cameo today. Bad timing. Alright. You know, I'm trying to figure out, is that he's the culprit? I'm not sure. Alright, last one. Oh no, that's a bad one. Guess what, man? We're tied for second now. Next time then. Let's see. Did it put you ahead of me or behind me? Let's see. It's... Oh, hey. Woohoo. Technically got second place. All right, Johnny. I'll be back on Friday. Thanks everyone for hanging out with me, and hopefully make some good headway here. I will be back on Friday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, whatever it is for you. Work it out. Come on back by. Of course, as always, the posting is down below for visiting me on Discord. Please join my Discord server. You can always give me a shout over there as well. Until then, have a good one. Johnny, you as well. You have a good one as well, man. I will see you guys on Friday, all right? Take care, guys. Adios.